My camera has the absolute worst. I don't even remember what the light intake is called. There's a word for this. But look at it. Again, nothing. I don't even know what that red dot on the screen is. Anyways, if you want equality, don't act inferior. Being bigoted is inferior. Acting incompetent is inferior. Acting naive is inferior. Using these as tactics to excuse yourself is your inferiority. This was actually geared towards being a racial argument concerning gangs of drug users, but what really makes it complicated to utilize equality by not succumbing to what bigots want from you is that when you go into an entry-level workplace, a lot of the time, and it's probably not just entry-level workplaces, most of the time, you're going to a workplace and they want you to be inferior as a method of excusing their own inferiority as your boss. It's so that they are not expected to be better members of society, or better members of a workplace, or better members in their own household. And so, to prove your own superiority in that scenario, you'd have to rise above, which, going back to the racial conflict, is actually contradictory, because that's like saying, well, here's a bunch of bigots, I'm going to rise above and survive this catastrophic agenda. Which is exactly what I'm telling you would be inferiority. So it's very complicated, but the premise itself, the philosophy is simple. You need to raise above expectations. And so when people are expecting that you're going to be a pain in the butt, so they want you to have a very, very low personal standard, there are ways to raise above their expectations by not being a pain in the butt for them, which would actually inspire them to be better people. Because when you look around, when you think it's so hard to find better people, when you're a gang, the people are corrupt, just like the people corrupt in any different organization or any different caste of society. And that makes it essential to understanding where they're coming from with their expectations and their lack of desire to contribute, that you should be able to relate to, if not capitalize on. So when you see that people want something from you, you should first most consider the consequences of that. Not literally the consequences only, but the potential consequences of that. You shouldn't behave as though you're ignorant to the fact that there are consequences. You are not ignorant to the fact that there are consequences. You know what those consequences are, and you should evaluate them, because you can lose your life. You can lose a limb. You can lose years of your life. You can lose advancement opportunities. You can lose loved ones from a social conflict. You can lose financial opportunities. You can lose finances. The world can actually lose an opportunity and never get it back, or at least never get it back in your lifetime. And so when people want you to be a gangster, or your boss wants you to act like a dumbass, or your company is asking you to do something immoral, or your family's too hard to grapple with, the point is that if you want equality, being a bigot is insuperiority. Acting incompetent is insuperiority. And sometimes the solution isn't reproving them, it's stepping above. And sometimes the solution is reproving them or not facilitating them. And so, completely off topic, but I'm running out of time, so I gotta end it. In that manner, everyone has equality. It's a matter of recognizing whether you're